Hey guys, it's me. I know this is a very different setting than normal. That's because I'm doing a hair thing today. Yay! I get a lot of compliments on some of the hairstyles that I thought of, so I just thought I'd share them with you guys, especially because I like to have as little time that I need to get ready in the morning as possible, because I like to sleep. So I actually don't wear makeup anymore, like I'm not wearing makeup right now. I just don't care anymore. But I do work with my hairstyles. I haven't completely given up. Some mornings I do just brush it though. Okay. So I'm gonna do like 5 hairstyles that are really quick and easy in the morning. Some of them might take a little practice to get quick and easy, but they're still very simple and very cute, and if you just need something really like super quick, then they're perfect. Okay. So I've straightened my hair because my hair is really strange. It likes to be in between straight and curly sometimes, or be like kind of wavy, and it's awkward. Okay, so the first hairstyle that I want to do is one that I do all the time, and all you really need is a clip. You can use a bobby pin if you like. I personally don't like bobby pins because I guess I've never gotten the hang of how to use them, but these are just very straightforward and very easy. I also have like dark hair on like these kind of things. They're pretty bows. I like to use, I need this on my lip. I have like a pink that goes with those. And then I tend to use these the most. They're just white, and then this one has pink polka dots in it. So it's just cute. And they just really go with everything. I used them today actually. And then you don't need it for this one, but you can use it. It might be easier. I personally don't, because I just don't like dealing with them that much. Just like the little tiny rubber bands. My little SpongeBob container. So you can use those for this. Yeah. Okay, it's just like a braided twist kind of a thing. I think it's a French twist, but I just use a really small one. Pretty much you're just going to take 2 strands up top, that, and then you're just going to twist away from your face. And you're not going to you're not going to be taking like huge chunks, you're just going to be doing it really small, and it just makes it look really intricate. I've gotten a lot of people that have asked me how to do it, and I'm like, it's really simple, but, and then I usually twist it a few more times, and so you can do a tie and then clip this, but I usually just kind of let it unroll a little bit at the edges. And then you just clip it wherever, it's best. It might be easier to use 2, but I just have one, so I just do that. And then I just take my little clip. If you have other little bows that are like this, you can just, or that are just like attached to it, you can do that. Since I don't, and these don't have enough strength to clip my hair back, I just hold this in place, and then you just slide it along the side. Like that. It just looks like that. And it's just really cute, really simple. Your bangs aren't in your face or anything. And I get a lot of compliments on it. And people are like, oh wow, how'd you do that? Just twisted stuff, Okay, so that's one good one. Okay, for my second one, I do a lot of just putting my bangs back, because if I don't, I'm going like this all day, and it really annoys me. Yeah, so most of these will be for my bangs, but I also have some full hair ones that don't take very long. So this one I actually get quite a few compliments on as well. You would just take a kind of a thick strip. I usually tend to just make it really thin I have thin hair anyway, so it's not that difficult. But just make a really small one, and then instead of just simply braiding back, which you can just take one and just braid it all the way back, but you would take a thicker slice. You would take a thicker piece for that. So yeah, you just do one and cross it over, and like a normal braid, and then right here you pick a little up, a little more than that, and then you pick a little. So it's pretty much just like a really small French braid that you're doing. And you're just going to want to go backwards towards the back of your head. And you don't have to pick some up every time, like, you know, it's going to look like a French braid however way you do it, or however much you pick up, or however little you pick up. And then it kind of looks cool because, you know, you just can't really tell. And then I usually just keep braiding it. This one I usually use a black rubber band for, just because it's a braid. So just take this and then just go like that, and then at the end just do this. And this does not take very long at all, whether you're skilled at braiding or not, being completely honest. And then using my clip, and then you just clip it to the back of your head. And then again, if you want to, I tend to use these all the time just because they're a cute little accessory and makes it look like you tried hard and you didn't. So yeah, and then you just slide it in wherever you want. Done. Okay, for my third one, this one is just going to be quick side braid. Okay, so I brush my hair completely over to one side. You can do either side, I just choose my bangs. This is a lot easier if you don't have layered hair. I have slightly layered hair, I haven't gotten a haircut in a while. Yeah, so what you're going to want to do is make 3, at least, you know, try to make them even pieces, and then just go on braiding. And it doesn't really matter if some of your bangs come out, because I have a little trick that I do with my bangs personally. And this hairstyle does work best with longer hair. Mine isn't extremely long, but it's long enough to achieve this nice little quick and easy thing. And this should take you less than 5 minutes, so especially if you get up and you just really need something, especially if it's like, you know, kind of cute and sporty. Whatever works, right? Okay. I pretty much only use these if I do braids, just because they stay in a lot better, and I just have more trust in them than these kind. I do use that one sometimes though, but mainly just for like a quick ponytail or something like that. Okay. Okay, so you can do that, and then you can just stop there. I tend to brush my bangs out of it. Just as much as I can get without forcing it out. So you can see I have quite a bit that doesn't want to stay in the braid. And then you can either twist it. I would French twist it if I was going to. So you can either do this way. It just kind of adds a nice cute little touch and doesn't take very long. So it looks like you really tried that morning. My hair keeps popping up. And then you just keep twisting. And then what you do is you bring it back here, like to the like the base of the braid. And then you just clip it. And there, it looks kind of like it's incorporated in the braid. I feel like that one looks better than the French braid because it's not only easier to do, but it just kind of makes it look more intricate. even though it's more simple. But if you don't really like the French twist, or if it doesn't work on your hair, then, you know, again, you can leave your hair like this, or you can keep this in here or whatever and let it fall out during the day or whatever you want to do. I like the French style, like how the adding pieces looks when you're doing hair. Yeah, so I do this. And just keep adding small pieces because you don't have a lot to work with in the first place unless you do have really thick bangs, or, you know, you have a lot of layered bangs, or, you know, whatever you need to work with. Another reason I like the French twist method of keeping bangs back more is just because I don't know, I feel like it flows better into the braid, but, you know, I do either. Just kind of depends on my mood that day. If I really want to braid more, then I'll braid more, and if I don't, I don't. So you braid it. Doesn't really matter how far you go down, as I'm just braiding all the way. But as long as it just reaches the back of your head, and if your hair isn't long enough to reach the back of your head, so it looks like that. So this kind of has more of a gladiator kind of look. But if your bangs aren't long enough to reach the back of your head, just aim for like around your ears, because you can just like clip it and like tuck it behind your ear. You can tuck it in the top of the top of the base of the ring. So yeah, that's like a side braid with a twist, or a braid. Okay, this is my fourth one. This one is one that would probably require a little bit of practice. A lot of the mornings when I really, you know, I'm like running late and I'm wearing like kind of a cute, fancier shirt, this is the hairstyle I immediately go to, other than the French twist, because that one looks good with pretty much everything. For this, I usually use a very big flower. So I start this one up here, and you kind of have to have your arms like this and be a little bit used to having them be held up. So you just do a French braid around the head, which I know is really difficult for some people, and it was really difficult for me until I finally figured out that it's honestly all about arm placement. If your arms are not placed in the right position, then you are going to have a very tough time doing this hairstyle. Yeah. And so I tend to like to keep it as high up on my head as I can, just because I like it not hitting the back of my neck when I go around my head. So you're just going to do this. It's okay if you kind of, I tend to accidentally drop hair sometimes, like I'll miss it in one hand, but I just pick it up with the other, and you can't tell when you do that. So if you do, it's totally okay. And when you're wrapping it around, you're going to get a little, like before you finish wrapping it around, you're going to get a little, like the sagginess over here, but it'll go away. So you just braid it like this, and then when you get to the back of your head, you know, you just keep picking it up and keep going. And it helps a lot because your hands are still in the position where you don't have to change hands until you get over here, which is very nice. If you forget to position your arms like this, one technique that I found is you can just keep braiding it out here and then just wrap it around your head, as long as you get the hairs back here. So that's another option if, you know, you just started doing it, or, you know, you don't have time to change your hands and start over. I'm just going slow right now because I really want to give good instructions on this, but this really doesn't take that long. It takes under 5 minutes. It just seems like it would take a lot longer, but it doesn't. So I'm getting to the point where my hands will probably have to switch soon. What you can do, I do is, can just tie it off right here. Sometimes I'll tie it off and then I'll do a fishtail braid, and then I'll tie that off, and then I'll put this there so you can't really tell that I stopped. But recently I have been working on, continuous braids. So what I do here is I just put all the rest of my hair that I have together, and then I just start braiding it. And you can do a fishtail braid with this, but the fishtail braid tends to not stay, like, at all. It makes the braid get really weak, and so it starts to fall out, and it gets really flimsy and doesn't look as good. So if you are not going to do the side ponytail and you're just going to do a braid, I recommend the 3-strand braid instead of a fishtail because it stays longer, and if you are going to do the braid, then definitely make sure that it's really tight and you're really making sure that it's going to stay. And then again, I use the black because it does help the braid stay longer, and especially if you're going to be out all day, you really want to be able to know that your hair is not going to be falling out all over the place. Yeah. So if I was wearing something that I could wear this with, I would put it right here. It's usually better if I have the hair tie there. Again, you can also use just a tiny bow. You can use it up here, which is good. You can use it down here, wherever you want to use it. I probably wouldn't use one for this particular hairstyle, but there you go. It doesn't take super long, but it looks like you put a lot of effort into it. And if you get this kind of thing, just go with it. Or if you really want to, you can just pin it up. So all you would do is just kind of push it against the braid, and then if you really want to hide the clip, just clip it along under the braid. You probably can't see that, but just clip it right there. You can't tell.
Whatever you want, mate.
So what you're going to do here is, this is 5 part A, I guess you could call it. Okay, so what you do is you just do the same thing that you did, except this time you're going to go until you get to your ear. Just the top of your ear, so you're going to go until about here, and then you're just going to twist it back. So back, and then pin it, either with a clip or a bobby pin. You might want to use 2, just a suggestion. I sadly only have 2 clips, so I'm using them both for this. It's okay if it kind of puffs out a little bit, it gives it more of like a crown appearance. And then you're going to start over here, doing the same thing. And you can tie these together in the back if you want. I'm going to do that. Kind of gives you a little facelift too if you need that. So I only really need 1 clip for this look, and then just tie them in the back. Well, that part's done. And then you have a cute, and you can curl down here too. If if you wanted to do that, I'm just going to show you my technique for curling with a straightening iron because my curling iron's not heated up. So what I do is I just keep it together, and then you just go like that, and you're going to have to do it a few times. I just haven't done this in a while, so I should probably have done that before I told you guys that I was going to do it, huh? So that's kind of the general idea, and then you just go down here. Just twist it. Like that. So that's how the curls come out. And so this is, I tend to do like loose, kind of romantic, kind of weak curls, you know. So yeah, that's kind of how they come out. Okay, I guess I'm gonna keep doing them. So I'm just gonna do my whole head because might as well, right? So yeah, you just hold it and rotate it kind of like a curling iron, and then if you don't get all the way down, just, you know, finish it off. You can also just start this lower if you just want like lower curls like this, and you don't really have to worry about the top part. I'm gonna do a few of those. It's kind of nice if you do both of them, so you do some higher ones and some lower ones. You know, like a nice combination. The higher ones do take a little more time though. So this one would be quick without the curl. It tends to work with thinner pieces than with thicker ones. So I just advise, you know, again, if you have time, then take your time and go with thinner pieces. But if you don't have a lot of time, but you've already started curling, which I have done quite a lot of times, oh yeah, really good, then you can take a little bit of thicker strands. You just might have to curl them twice. Sometimes you don't, sometimes they come out better than the normal ones. One kind of did, but some of it got a little messed. And you can spin it the other way if you want. So they kind of come out looking like that. I really don't use hairspray very much just because my hair does tend to stay curled pretty well. If you guys want me to post a how to curl your hair with a straightening iron video, I would be more than happy to. Just putting it out there. Yeah, so if you did want this to be a quicker hairstyle, I would definitely consider turning on your curling iron instead. If you don't have a curling iron, then yeah, use a straightener. If you do want curls, if not, you don't have to curl your hair, it's not essential. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you just twist it back. If you want to do the other kind, you pretty much do the same amount of hair for both, so you know, I'm just gonna go right into it. Pretty much what you do. Also, if you keep your hair like that, you get really cute waves, and they look a lot, I'm gonna say a lot better, but in my opinion, they look a lot better than if you put your hair in braids for the night. So if you do the twists, and then you kind of twist them and pin them on the top of your head, you get like really, really pretty curls. Yeah. So, what you do for this one, the second, so hairstyle 5 part B, is you French braid, which was number 2. But you do it on both sides, and you add curls if you want. And you can add curls to pretty much any of these hairstyles. One that I forgot to mention The wraparound French braid that I did, you can totally keep that as a side ponytail and curl it, yeah, and then you just do that, pin it, and you take this side. And I always start from like the very, very top, try to make it really thin so that it gets close to the my hairline as possible. It's because I personally like it better when it's as close to the hairline as possible. Okay, so yeah, and then you just braid it. No, doesn't occur. Okay. So yeah, you can, if you don't have any of these, or if you just don't really want to tighten the back, you can totally just pin it. The only downside to that is when this might just be my experience and I might just be bad at pinning, but if you pin it wrong, then it can be coming out really, really quickly. It's not very nice. Okay, so that is the last finished look. And it's just, you know, cute and simple. Yeah. Bye.